So let me take you back to 2001. Now, as everyone knows, nothing real important happened that year, except I was getting into a brand new Disney Channel original series called Lizzie McGuire. Now, I'll be honest here, I was a pretty big fan of this show, mostly because 13-year-old Alex may or may not have had a little thing for Miranda back in the day, but also, I feel like Lizzie McGuire, along with like Even Stevens, kind of changed what Disney Channel shows were and still are. Before that, you had like Jet Jackson, So Weird, In a Heartbeat, not super serious shows, but they were like relatively mature and more like typical dramas you'd see on like ABC or something. But anyway, now that we're rolling into summer, I thought it might be kind of fun to take a look back at one of my favorite shows back when I was young enough to still like things. So let's check it out. But before that, really quick, this video is sponsored by Audible. If you don't know what Audible is by now, Audible is an online service that lets you download audiobooks, audio newspapers, and just like all kinds of spoken word entertainment. Right now, if you sign up with my link, audible.com/Alex Meyers, or text my name, Alex Meyers, to 500-500, you can get a 30-day free trial where you get 1 free audiobook and 2 Audible original programs. Now, Audible originals are exactly what they sound like. Audiobooks are some kind of like audio entertainment thing that you can't find anywhere else, or exclusive versions of books like The Adventures of Tom Sawyer read by Nick Offerman, for example. And once you've signed up, you continue to get 1 free audiobook regardless of price and 2 more Audible originals every month for just $15. Now, a lot of these audiobooks are between $15 and like $30 anyway, so you're actually saving quite a bit of money by signing up. And here's the thing, whatever audiobooks you download, even the free one you get with the 30-day free trial, you get to keep forever, even if you cancel the membership. So like, you literally have nothing to lose. As always, I would recommend The Power of Habit because almost everything we do, from sleeping to eating to studying to making YouTube videos, everything comes down to our habits. And by understanding and changing those habits, really you can do almost anything. So once again, sign up with my link, audible.com/Alex Meyers, or text my name, Alex Meyers, to 500-500, start your 30-day free trial, get your free audiobook. I mean, come on. Okay, back to the show. So we start the show right off with a little baby Hilary Duff over here. Now, obviously, she's like, 20 years younger, whatever, in this show, but like, I feel like she has one of those faces that doesn't really change that much, at least compared to someone like me, where it's like, I look at pictures of myself in middle school and I'm just like, who's this failed human experiment? Anyway, so Lizzie over here is maybe sort of kind of thinking about becoming a cheerleader.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Me, Lizzie McGuire, cheerleader? What up with that? I mean, nothing could be more superficial, demeaning, and shallow.
Every movie or show about teens or whatever always has cheerleading as like the main focus in some way. Lizzie McGuire, One Tree Hill, Glee, Riverdale. But like, does anyone actually care that much about cheerleading? Really?
Cheerleading is like this plot to make girls feel bad about themselves.
Okay, I take back everything I just said. If being a cheerleader means I can glide around the school like that, sign me up. Later, at lunch, we get to meet Lizzie's 2 best friends, Miranda and my man Gordo, both of whom are equally unenthused about the whole cheerleading thing, and Gordo, with the endless wisdom of a 7th grader, has a few words for Lizzie.
If you ask me,
Not gonna.
any group activity that forces others to be happy is by nature evil.
Yeah, having fun's for losers. I remember thinking Gordo was like so cool back when I watched this show, but I didn't realize he was long sleeve t-shirt under short sleeve button-up shirt level of cool. I mean, let me tell you, I would totally subscribe to this guy's newsletter. But then it's finally time for Lizzie to try out for cheerleading. Well, this is tough to watch. Now, shockingly, she doesn't make the cut, but that night, she goes home and her mom gives her some of that good old mom pep talk stuff that no one ever asked for.
Dad, really, it's no big. No big at all. I merely cemented my social status to that of a nobody for, I don't know, eternity.
Lizzie, if it makes you feel any better, I was never a cheerleader, and my life turned out just fine.
Yeah, Lizzie. You just gotta wait like 25 years, and you too can marry a dollar store version of Ray Romano and live in a house that's humongous, by the way. Well, what does people do for a living? Now, after this, as if things weren't bad enough for Lizzie already, we then get to meet her little brother, Matt.
Here, ugly little Lizzie. Here, girl. What'd you call that thing? Ugly? You called it Lizzie. Well, there's no denying the resemblance.
So that night, Lizzie's doing her homework, like a nerd, and that's when things go from bad to devastating.
I'm telling you now to avoid major devastation tomorrow.
Kate made cheerleader?
Freaking Kate, man! First she says she's coming to my birthday party in like 4th grade, doesn't show up, and then Valentine's Day in 5th grade, she gave Zach Anderson a whole Snickers bar. And all I ever got were those friend zone hearts that taste like chalk and rejection. Is there no stopping her tyranny?
You know why she made it, don't you? Because Kate stuffs her bra.
I knew it. So right in that moment, Miranda's computer just kind of like malfunctions or whatever, and she gets frustrated, bangs her keyboard a whole bunch, and thanks to the magic of Hollywood, somehow she sends that message to the entire school. So the next day, Lizzie's kind of freaking out, because Kate's one of those people you don't want to mess with, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, which one of you did it?
But just when it looks like it's the end for Lizzie, Miranda steps in and saves the day, like any good friend would.
I did it, Kate. I'm really sorry.
Well, sorry doesn't cut it. I'd watch it if I were you.
Is that a threat?
Could be.
Being 13 sure was something, wasn't it? But can we just take a second and marvel at everyone's fashion choices right now? Like, where would you even find something like this? I remember middle school, okay? If you were dressing like this in 7th grade, I mean, I feel like you would have a lot bigger problems than Kate, all right? Anyway, so then we get this like montage of them going back and forth trying to like out-prank each other. Like Miranda fills Kate's locker with tissues, and Kate makes Miranda think that Danny Kessler has a crush on her.
Hi, Danny.
Hi.
Claire said you wanted to talk to me.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You're sure because
You know, Miranda, don't sweat it, okay? Trust me, nothing good ever came from a guy who wore one of these necklaces. Well, this is all going on. Lizzie's feeling kind of weird about the whole thing because, you know, she's the one who sent the message in the first place. So, like, should she tell Kate the truth or should she let Miranda keep going? Or should she tell her mom to stop buying whatever the heck these shirts are supposed to be? She's got a lot to think about. And once again, Gordo's there with his best friend advice.
Well, I can't figure out which one's worse. Me feeling guilty because I'm letting Miranda fight my battle, or being petrified at the thought of telling Kate the truth.
The hurdle, learn to follow a new path.
The heck does that even mean? Now, at the end of the episode, all the kids in school have to go to some like pep rally thing or whatever. And Kate shows up to give one of those famous teen girl passive-aggressive jabs at Miranda. And that's when Lizzie decides she's finally had enough and it's time to tell the truth.
Hey!
You touched me.
Yeah,
What has gotten into you?
Miranda didn't write that instant message. I did. I was jealous that you made cheerleader and I didn't.
Wow. I have to say, Lizzie, I didn't think you had it in you to stand up to me. Good for you.
Well, look at that, Lizzie. See, it wasn't so hard. I'm sure Kate's cool with everything. It's all just water under the gazebo or whatever. Like, right? Everything's fine. Well, shoot, I don't know if you can go back from that, Lizzie. I mean, they made an L with their fingers, so, you know, it's pretty much official now. But at the very end, some kid picks his nose, and then everyone just forgets about Lizzie.
Hey, did you guys hear? Larry Tudgman picked his nose and had a snack, and Danny Kessler caught it on tape.
Yay, middle school. But more importantly, okay, can we just give a shout out to Miranda's hair throughout the whole episode? Cause like, I don't think I could possibly show you anything more early 2000s than all of this. But yeah, so like I said at the beginning, I feel like this show is probably one of the most important for Disney Channel. First of all, like, it's real cheap to make. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the budget just went to rubber bands. And it seems like most of the Disney Channel original series since kind of follow the same formula in a way, like the same character types and dynamics and just the way they're filmed. Like, you can tell they're really basing it off of what they started with Lizzie McGuire almost 20 years ago, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just interesting to kind of go back and see where it all got started, you know? You know, and going back and doing some of these older shows, like from the early 2000s or whatever, you know, I did like OC and One Tree Hill, and I've done a couple others here and there, Gilmore Girls or whatever. One thing that always strikes me, and I know I say this almost every time in these videos, but it's so true. Even, you know, Disney Channel, even like every show back then, from like 2000 to maybe 2006 or 7 or so, there was just a span of time when like, you could make shows that were about nothing, that were just like so simple. You know, like Lizzie McGuire is about 3 kids in school, the end. That's the whole show. Or like One Tree Hill, right? It was just about like kids in school playing basketball. That's the whole show. It's like you could have like these like really simple shows that were really popular and award-winning and beloved or whatever. But it's like nowadays you could never make a show like this, right? Especially on Disney Channel, you know what I mean? Because like now every show has like time travelers and werewolves and vampires and superheroes and zombies and like all these things, you know, magic and aliens and like all this stuff's happening. But like back, you know, in the early days of everything, but especially Disney Channel, it's like there were so many shows and like Disney Channel movies or whatever that were just so simple. It wasn't like all of them, like, but just you could have these shows that were just like so simple. There wasn't much of a twist or like a gimmick, really. I mean, Lizzie McGuire had like an animated Lizzie, which I guess makes it a little bit different than other shows, but like the show itself is no different than 100 other shows you could watch at the same time. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what's your favorite part of the video, or just, you know, say hi or give me suggestions for what else you want to see. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. And above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.